There's been
A few of the members get together to lightly discuss the ITC devices used on location and their thoughts on the processes. This is one of our test sessions at our Paranormal HQ in Scotland. Guys, what we've decided to do this week is we've got some devices on the table here for ITC. So what we've decided to do is just sort of talk about the spirit communication that we do, what your thoughts are, and it's a free flow.
Yep.
Obviously we don't have a script, we don't use a script, and we just want to see where we go. It's just a nice short one, another test. We're testing out obviously the new studio equipment we have here.
Second microphone this time.
So we've got two microphones to make it sound better. Like we say, we're using the 360. We're just testing a few things here. This will be going out to the main group. It will be going out as a podcast as well. So if anybody wants to get in contact with us or they want to leave any comments, they're free to do so, and we will look back. We've had an amazing time over the last year or two doing ITC and doing the audio communication, and I think, and obviously you'll give your own opinion, but I think I'll be right in saying that everybody was really sceptical whether you could actually do that and whether it was just a fad that was in the paranormal community or things, but I think we've probably proven to ourselves. What's your thoughts?
I'd probably say I was the most sceptical, I would say. Even when I first saw EchoVox, things like that, an app, I couldn't understand it. I couldn't get my head round how can something that's not there speak through an app. Not so much how could it do it, but how could the person who built the app, how did they know what to put in that app so something could use it to communicate? And I asked so many people, nobody could tell me. I got told things like it was done by accident. It was meant to be something else, but then he started getting voices coming through it. But I think it was more when I spoke to yourself about it, because obviously you've done the research on it, and that's when I actually understood what's in the app, which is the important thing to me. How does it work? With technology, I need to understand it, I need to know what's inside it. And I think that was a game changer for me. It opened up because it made me realise force scanning radios, things like that, just exactly how they do work. It's this manipulation side of the audio. It's not built-in words or anything like that, random. It's not generating words at random. All it's doing is producing bit sounds. Which then starts to make sense to me. I can understand that.
When did you first come over it, Kyle? When was the first time you sort of heard the ITC stuff?
I was kind of similar at the same time as Father, like the same time as he done it, because we didn't really do much before, and then when we met you, we started kind of introduced more with ITC, and then over the years with the older group that we've had, and then expanding into this group now, I would say that over the years we've kind of broadened our all the equipment and that sort of thing, and we're pretty good for ITC now. I would say we're pretty broad of ITC. So.
Quite shocked at some of the captures you would hear on, say, YouTube or on the pages or groups.
Yeah, kind of was. I was kind of thinking, well,
skeptical eye.
That could be just someone on a radio, just saying hi, it's Pete from I don't know, some radio show, but it could be something else. It could be something else. It's not on the radio at all. So I was skeptical to start off with, but now I feel like
a coincidental type thing is, they're just picking up stray radio waves or something like that.
See, for me, when we first started looking at my in-person, my thoughts on it were that somebody has taken that, similar to an ovulus, somebody has just put a whole lot of words into it, and it's just randomly thrown out the words. Now, it goes without saying, if you're building a paranormal random word generator, you're going to put words in related to the paranormal. So when you get things like spirit, ghost, kill, things like that coming out,
that's the problem.
It's exactly what you expect,
which makes it harder for our apps. We've done a lot of research, a lot of time. I'll be honest. I'm just going to jump in, but I says, I was very much like Greg. on this situation. The only reason I stuck with apps was because of the research Ryan put into it, because I trust Ryan. You know, the time he's dedicated to it. The turning point for me on apps, there's 2 turning points for me. One of them was it was actual Voxbox when you were doing.
Yeah, Mark Colis's Voxbox. Yeah,
it says I talked to him. You know, we know what was in there. It's impossible.
And the live that you done with the
live with the haunted item. You know, Jacob counting. You know, that's what convinced me. What I've learned with ITC is spirit can use what it wants. It'll use what it wants. They'll do what they want. They rule the roost. It's not, you know, if we ask them a question, it's up to them if they answer or not. It's not up to us. But the problem, going back to the point, is there is fake apps on the market.
Oh yes,
and that's why you get such a bad name for apps, because it is so easy to fake.
Because you do get some who they trust boxes. Like your France box and that, but they don't like apps. And you get ones who like apps who don't like the scanning the radio waves as well.
To me, it's no different. I mean, okay, with an app, you can control what you're putting into the app, I suppose. You know, with radio, you're a bit more limited, but there's not really a difference in it.
Yeah, that's true. That's so true.
I would say on the app side, you know, there are fake setup ones, whatever you want to call it. I would just say for anyone looking for an app, speak to the developer.
Yeah,
you know,
find out what's there.
I don't want to make this a Scottish Paranormal app sales pitch, but you know, we've got the videos there. You've done all the videos on it, and the audio files are available for anyone who wants to use them.
Yeah, skeptics in it, so, or users can
we have nothing
them.
to hide.
Yeah.
The videos are there explaining exactly how it works. And I think that in itself helps people for other apps as well. You know, not just ours, because and ITC in general. Because they actually now get the understanding that I got a few years ago through speaking to you of how this actually works.
Rather than just downloading something from Google Play and hoping that what you're getting is paranormal communication at the time. And
I mean, this might come out, you know, some people, you know, some of the skeptics will come out and they'll say things, you know, it's how it's being manipulated, but if you believe in something that you're using, you know, something that we've worked hard and, you know, really researched, you will get more through it. There's no doubt about that. It's not a case of you're creating that. You know, you will get more through something if you believe it works and you let it work and you believe you're contacting spirit. You know, why is spirit going to waste its time if you don't believe in it? What's its point?
That's what I would say. I also believe the more we use these particular devices, we actually get a connection ourselves.
Yeah, of course you do, absolutely.
You know, our energy. We're putting our energy into it effectively by using them, which by default improves spirit communication through it as well.
I think intention is a lot to do with it as well. Is that positive intention when you're doing it, and mindset? I think it's one that's quite lost, and a lot of people when they're doing this kind of work is the mindset they're using. If you're going to sit there with a Franks box, for example, and use the Franks box, and in your head you're saying to yourself at the same time, "This doesn't work."
Definitely.
Why would any spirit energy communicate with you, and are you going to analyse it properly, and are you giving it enough time you know, to go through it? I've heard people say they maybe pick up a device, say it's a Cool's box, and they pick up and they use it once or twice, say it doesn't work. You're not giving it enough time to in analysing it and seeing how to use it and the methods and how quick do you want to sweep, you know, what volume is it at, use an external speaker and all this kind of stuff as well.
What about yourself? Do you want to quickly run through your links of your research on Echovox, etc.?
Well, it was Echovox that started with me. I'll be completely honest in that I was sceptical. I was completely sceptical that an app, a piece of software on a phone, can be used to communicate. And I was very reluctant to go there because for years I'd done a lot of research and I didn't want to be made a fool of by using something that doesn't work. It's a thing in the paranormal community, I think. With anybody, nobody wants to be conned or made a fool of when you're trying to do something serious.
In the paranormal community, there's too many people for you to trip up.
There is too many people.
They're not interested in everything you get right. They only want to find it when you trip up.
Yeah, they want to try and trip you up, and they want to try and discredit you and do that. And you've got to be very careful with what you're doing. And there will be times where you do trip up, but that's okay. But there is people trying to do it. So the whole app thing, I did think to myself, you know, this can't be right. What turned out for me is I looked at some reviews for the Echovox. And Echovox is not cheap. Echovox is $20 or whatever to buy, so it's a little bit of an investment for a piece of software that may or may not be actual, but there was researchers from across the world that I recognised that I'd worked with in the past or spoke with in the past who had said that it's worked, and when they had said that, I said, my mindset changed. I said, from now on, I will never discount anything or believe it does work until I test it. I want to test it. I want to, and not just once or twice, continuously, and then I'll discard it or I'll keep it. And I've done that with Echovox. And the first thing that proved to me that there was something going on was Macduff Castle in East Weems. I went there with Carrie and I went there with Tammy, my oldest daughter.
Don't let me, I'm not jumping in to stop Ryan, hold that train, but remember this was what, 5 or 6 years ago?
Yeah. This was 2012.
So this was before technology was as big as it is
now.
now.
Smartphones,
so
like today's smartphones.
If you hear this, I mean, it may be a good idea to pull this up again.
Yeah.
This capture is incredible now. There's no excuse for it. There's no way you could manipulate something like that.
It's crazy, and I mean, to stand there and we were asking a few questions, and we said, right, okay, I was using it in an old Samsung S3, so that tells you when it was, Samsung S3, and I was playing it, and all of a sudden we heard it, because you can hear it in the video, and people can go on YouTube and watch this. We hear Glasgow and a female Glaswegian accent come through.
100%.
And what I didn't hear, it was actually Chris Huff, who had done some analysis for me. He pulled out at the same time a Scottish male turning around saying, "Scratch the Scot." I've never found out who the Glaswegian female is or anything like that, but that blew my socks off. And you can hear her reaction at the time, Carrie and I. Yeah. So the first thing that I had to do after that was to go home, go into Twitter, and I directly messaged Danny Bigbeard, who was the creator of Echovox, to ask, man, what have you got in there? Have you used any Scottish stuff and what have you? And he promised me that there was nothing like that in there. Now I've got more knowledge, I can understand that there wouldn't be.
But it's, scratch the Scots. Why?
Scratch the Scot.
Especially in American, but
I mean, it's a sentence as well.
It's not even something I would know, and I'm really broad Scottish.
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy. But so that was the start for me. I mean, after that, it was a continue every week going out to location and using it. Just 5 minutes, not using my whole time, and just getting little things like dafty, sweary words coming through, Scottish accents. That's a big one for me because it's an American app, and that just sort of showed me that there was something deeper going on. And this is when I started learning about the whole ITC research field, because I didn't even know there was such a field as ITC research field. I'd done afterlife research, but I didn't know that people were actually specialised in doing this and using boxes and using cultist boxes, apps and things like that. And so that's where I sort of come into it, And people can go back and look at the files.
Just based on the accent thing. I don't know what you guys' thoughts are on it, but take our own app, for example, again, just purely because we know what's in it. It's audiobooks, reverse, clips for anyone that's not sure. Do you believe that, say, a female spirit communicating using these bit sounds may sound male?
Yeah.
Because they're using the bit sounds that are spoken by a male?
Yes, there is, from what I have seen, there's 2 ways that you're going to get the communication. One is they're just going to use the bit sounds, and it could be a male sounding, it's audiobooks, so it could be the male, like the lower voice, but it could be a female communicating, and vice versa. Or you could have embedded accents in there, which we're talking real-time EVP, really. That's what we're talking about. That could be in there as well. I mean, we don't know 100% how they do it. I don't think we ever will know 100% unless they tell us, but somehow they're manipulating the audio, somehow they're manipulating, I don't know, could be the frequencies, could it be the sound waves?
I think it's an important thing, because if you're using any of these devices or apps, any of the devices on the table, whatever, just because you hear a male sounding voice doesn't mean that you should discount the fact it's a female answering.
It could be a female, because I think I've had female answers in a male voice and vice versa, and I've had a female name come through with a male, and I think they're telling their name, but you're like, but that's a male
I'll
voice.
Be honest, I'll be honest, that's something we've gone deep in. I go deep in a lot of things, I do. I go really too deep sometimes, but it's something I've not thought about. I'm honest, I just can't. It's not something, I don't know if it's just the way I'm working, it sounds really big-headed, but I know if it's a male or a female, I don't know, I just have that intuition.
Yeah,
So that's a good thing.
I think
as well.
that, you know, we've got a general good idea, but
Yeah,
you know,
I agree with it. I
other
absolutely
people
agree with the point. I've just it's something I've
maybe are
never
fairly
thought
new
about.
to this.
It's a
device
really
and
good
stuff like that,
question.
might
Actually,
suddenly say, oh, I was trying to contact with a woman, but I got a man, so there must be two spirits here. No, it might be one
I
spirit.
think as well. Actually, on the subject, I've just had a thought. I think with an app, and I think that's another area where it's possibly people aren't sure well what's going on with the app. You know, they'll say it's this and that. I do think when it comes through the radio scanning, it usually is a male or a female. I find that more with
Yeah,
that.
the
I don't
radio
know.
scanning, yeah,
I know
yeah.
we're still talking about apps, but I just want to jump to that just now.
No, I
because
think you're correct.
I think app it's different.
With apps, it's like sound banks, and
Yeah.
I think somehow I think it's easier for them to use the frequencies and the vibrations and things coming through the
But
radio.
again, it goes to prove, you know, Ryan's caught an accent in Echo Vault. We've got it in the SP app
Yeah.
as well. We've got it in Voxbox,
Yeah.
male, female. It does happen.
Yeah.
But I think you're right. It can be a mixture of.
Yeah.
It's that's neat. I've not thought about it. I'll be honest. It's going to annoy me now, but
It's good stuff. Do you want to? We could run a device and just let people hear it over
Before
the
we do that
podcast.
again, there's another question I'd just like to ask. We've got quite a few on the table here. What does anyone here have a favourite?
Frank's box.
Frank's box.
So I'm the SP7.
The reason why I'm saying Frank's box is just to say, when we went to Balgony Castle and we got that bless you, we do it back.
Yeah.
When we said, you know, we're here with respect, that blew me away to a degree. It was actually quite comforting. You know, it wasn't just like the usual, you ask something, you get back and it says murder or it says this or that.
Yeah.
This was like showing a respect to our spirit, and for that to come back as a reply. And I don't know if a lot of people know this, but two of the batteries were the wrong way around inside the Frank's box because Jonathan put them in the wrong way around.
And blame spirit.
And then blamed Spirit for doing it.
Spirit turned them round.
But yeah, so even
Which they could have as well. I'm not.
how it really worked for that.
You were having a conversation with a spirit.
Yes.
There's
Yeah.
no way around that. And I think the personal validation, I think a lot of us have had on it. It's just you look at the work Frank Sumption put into it as well. I'll be honest, I knew the Frank's box, but I didn't know about Frank Sumption until Ryan put us onto it, and I've learned a lot of him. And Mark, obviously, Jonathan, you know,
Yeah.
he's just it was, you could see the passion in him when he was building it. You know, it sounds a horrible thing to say, but you could see him stand in front of people, and some people were laughing at him.
Yeah.
But the guy was so serious, and so he didn't care. He didn't
didn't care, no.
He got
He-
what he needed from it.
I agree. I completely agree.
Again, I suppose it's what goes back to what I said earlier about, you know, do we believe that the more we use a particular device?
Yeah.
Frank obviously is personally connected to each and every one
Yeah,
of
of course.
these devices as well. You know, they're not mass made in a factory or anything like that. You know,
And they were all different.
Yeah.
They were all different as well. I'm led to believe 180 of them were made, but they weren't all the exact same style.
I think some of them were like plastic.
Yeah,
as
some
well,
of them
I
were
think. So
different,
just
and
really
metal
just-
and
Some of them I think he actually just got old radios in.
yeah. I mean, he knew what he was doing. Obviously, you know, he knew his way around inside a radio. And okay, so going back to the ITC devices, I'm holding the Frank's box now. Now this is Frank's box number 153. It belongs to Jonathan Garraway, who's in part of the team here, and we use it for research and on location, and we do take it to events as well. So, for example, we've got an event at Jedburgh Jail this Saturday, and we will have this device and many other devices as well in conducting these kinds of sessions. But what I'm going to do is, I've got it on the now, I'm getting ready to turn the volume up. I'm not going to play it for long, but we'll run a quick session so that people can listen for when we put this out, or the live streamers could hear it hopefully. So, first thing we would always ask is, you know, do we have any spirit in the area? And if we've got any spirit in the area, do you want to communicate with us?
Just quickly before we start this, guys, as well, we have done protection before we go into this, so you know, if anyone's concerned that we're trying to start spirit communication without taking protection,
Yeah,
it's
we're always
nice.
doing. We've got our own
We're
little
always doing,
things
we're
that we use.
surrounded by protective items here as well, so.
Okay, can you give us a name? That was something. I'm here.
Who's here, please? Give us your name.
For validation purposes, how many people are in this room just now? Five.
I thought I said 4.
Okay.
Maybe there is 5, but
Yeah.
how many living
People.
are in the room?
Oh. Now, obviously, we listen back. Actually, let me just turn that down a little bit now. For doing audio work, we always listen back. We always, we're not the kind of team who will just maybe just do a live stream and put it out there and then just not follow up on it. We always try and follow up on everything we do. We think we'll have to do that for the benefit of the people who take their time to watch us or listening to podcasts like this. We want to do a little follow-up. We do it with events as well. We always do that post-work, and we will listen again. Who wants to pick a device to run for a few minutes?
Go for an SB7.
Not using SB7 for a while, I know.
Unfortunately, this isn't a very good one without a speaker on it.
Yeah.
So maybe it's difficult to hear.
You'll plug it into the box like you said that way.
You could plug it through that box here if you wanted to. So what we're doing just here, we're just plugging it through an amplifier.
The PSB7A is a very good device, I must admit. Something we don't use a lot of, but we've had some good stuff for that as well.
So we're just running the SB7 here.
Sweet rate going.
I like 200 to 250 milliseconds. Some people like it faster. Yeah.
250 is about right.
Okay, do we have any spirit with us? Could you give us your name, please?
Something there, lots mail.
Can you tell us if you're connected to this? Can you tell us if you're connected to this building? What was your role here? Did you link us being here?
Same voice again.
Are you able to say any of our names, please? Or can you name the village?
But that's good.
Okay, are there any other spirits in there who'd like to come forward?
That's it, country.
There's radio there.
Could be radio.
That sounded like he was answering with us.
Yeah, but you've got 250 milliseconds to get
Quite a lot.
country through that.
Yeah. There's that low voice again.
Okay, do you have a message for us? Okay, we'll switch it off just now when it's...
There was stuff coming through that at the start, so.
Thank you, Spirit.
But that's good. When you get something coming through like that, at one point then it stops doing it.
Yeah.
You sort of can rule out a little bit. It's just signal, because you would continuously get, or you continuously not get it.
Yeah,
you
if
know,
you're picking up a radio station, you get the same
I
thing
mean, you're
coming
always going to
through,
get
but-
radio bleed through as well. I think we all
but
accept
if
that.
that's
but-
what it was, it would be continuous.
I mean, we're not gullible. We
Yeah.
know that radio bleed through comes through, and at times is going to have things there that are coincidental. But I think we've all sort of learned that
250 milliseconds.
It's quite
is very
fast.
small.
Yeah,
it's quite a fast thing.
I just think to get country.
yeah, that's true. Yeah, but it's,
I'm not saying I could get radio.
you
could
probably
slip
couldn't
through,
say
but-
country in
Yeah,
250
that's
milliseconds.
that's what I'm
so
saying.
yeah.
You're still going to be kind of
Yeah.
those kind of sounds. Well, that's an album.
Yeah. Yeah, good point.
You want to pick one, Kyle? Are you happy with what's been?
Let's go for Kill It.
Cool, let's go in to set her up. So the best way to set up when you're turning that on is turn the volume right down to 0 on the coolest box. So it's towards me. And then turn it on. Now what I usually do for speed at the top, you see at the top there's a knob for speed. I usually put it around about 3 o'clock.
Yes, Andrew.
So then just slowly put it up.
Okay, too late.
So we're running the coolest box here.
Help.
Is anyone here? Are you related to the building here?
It's really quiet in there.
We do have a bus going past outside, guys, in case you're hearing something. Just
We're poor single blazing.
Yeah.
Or do you want to speak to any of us in here? Yeah?
I'll say, yeah.
One?
Yeah, I
Or was it everyone?
Did you say the name of the person you would like to talk to?
Spirit is.
This is really weird. I've got to say it, and I know we're doing a podcast.
Yeah.
And you're going to think I'm absolute nutter, right? But you know the film Poltergeist?
Yeah.
You know the guy that comes to the door in that?
Mm-hmm.
Does anybody know anybody that looks like that?
You know what it looks like?
In all serious
On
honesty.
Poltergeist?
Yeah. You know there's a guy comes to the door with a hat.
That's Exorcist.
That's an Exorcist, yeah,
Yeah.
sorry, Exorcist. Do you know which guy I mean?
Yeah.
Does anybody know somebody that looks similar to that?
With the hat?
Yeah.
What about
Have you
Boris?
seen him, like? That's
Eh?
exactly what I was thinking. Boris.
No, when we were doing the Franks box, I swear
Is that the
that was
impression
the
you
man.
got?
That was the impression.
Could that be
came
the
in.
spirit that was coming through?
Yeah,
though?
he was over there. I don't
Right,
think
okay.
it was in the building, but he was over there. But
Right.
he looked like the guy from The Exorcist.
The only thing I would say to you on that is think of what Lee told us recently.
Oh, yeah.
It was a hood rather than a hat, but he did tell us that he'd be showing himself this week.
Yeah, that's true.
Just a possibility.
Yeah.
He looks like the man from The Exorcist, anyway.
Can you tell which town we're in?
Sorry.
No, it's okay. I said, like, where are we? See, the interesting point here, just to give a little commentary as we're going there, you hear it when it's between those radio fragments, when it does that, it goes quite jumpy. Those are quite interesting. Sometimes when you boost that audio, there's voices and things there. It's like they're manipulating.
I think that's one thing people need to. It's something you have to practice.
Yeah.
It's being able to listen. I couldn't hear anything at the start.
Yeah.
Whereas, just like Tiger, my Sunday name, with practice and with just kind of understanding of it, I know.
That just, guys. Now we'll listen back, but if you're listening onto the podcast or you're live, it just said when Greg was talking there, "You're a dick."
Which is not an uncommon thing to get called.
That's pure validation.
I think that'll do for that one just now.
Especially that. So got the
Sort
outro.
of, thank you.
Thank you, Spirit. It's always
So
nice when you're
just
truthful.
before we go, I think Ali's going to use the app for his one, but just before, I just want to touch on what Greg was talking there about listening, because I know Eileen asked this question as well about how do you hear better? How do you? I need to. Some people could only hear the captures when the words are on the screen.
Yes.
So there's two little angles I want to take there. Number one, I want to talk about my favourite topic, skeptics. Okay, skeptics will often say on YouTube, "Don't put the words on the screen, and you won't be able to hear what's there." Well, the way that I sort of come back at that is I'm analysing fully what I'm doing, and I'm going to put the words on the screen regardless of what anybody
What I
says.
would also just say at that exact point is all four of us heard it saying, "You're a dick."
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, none of us had to have these
No,
words.
we didn't have to have words up there.
handed to us.
We heard it at the same
We heard
time.
it.
So the reason the words go on the screen, it's to make. I'm not here to make it difficult for anybody to hear captures.
Tune
We're here
into
to
it.
analyse and do it. So yeah, going exactly to what Ali's saying here. How do you hear better? You've just got it's
We're
experience.
using these every day. It's
You've got
experience that
to-
it comes to.
You've got to keep using them.
I mean,
You
don't
know,
always
what
get
I
it
find
right
is
either.
it's not, you naturally go to certain parts of the recording. It's not there, it's the in-between bits. And
Yes.
lower down, or there might be something underneath the main sound.
Yeah.
And that's where it's trying to just retrain the ears
Yeah.
to not just listen to what we're used to listening to.
Once
try
it
to
once
listen
it
to other-
clicks, it becomes a lot
Yeah,
easier. But
definitely.
it's
The
a hard
more-
thing to learn.
The more and more you do it, the more. I mean, at the beginning, I struggled, and some people will hear me saying, "My ear for listening live is not very good," and it isn't. But it might be slightly better than people who've not used the stuff before, because I'm getting used to it, and I
But then
can
you
sort
probably
of
say as
tell.
well, it's probably better than what it was a year ago.
Oh, it's probably better. When I first used it, even in 2012, I think it was chronic. Apart from that great Glasgow
Yeah.
capture, I didn't hear the Scottish Scot at all until it was pointed out to me. But yeah, for putting words on the screen, I think it's a very important thing to do. I understand what skeptics or cynics or that are saying, that if you didn't have the words on the screen, you wouldn't hear it. It's because your ear's not trained for it. You're not analysing. You don't have it inside these programs, slowing it down, listening to it 15, 20 times. It's a YouTube video that's lasting 3-4 minutes. Nobody's going to sit and watch that. Unless you're really into research and audio and ITC, you ain't going to sit and watch somebody analysing, and you're not going to sit and listen to something over and over, are you?
Skeptics are in denial.
Correct.
Is that the one in Egypt, the Nile?
Aye.
I agree with you. Or we want to drown them in the Nile.
Plus, you've got to remember as well when we're putting out, say, a YouTube video, it's maybe only 4, 5, maybe 10, 15 minutes, depending on the length.
Yeah.
But that's 6, 7, 8 hours worth of research.
Yeah.
We know the location, we know the questions,
Yeah.
we know what. So
So that's summarisation.
somebody that doesn't know the location at all
Yeah.
may not pick up some of these relevant words
Yeah.
because they weren't there.
Yeah.
They don't know the location, they don't realise the relevance of it.
Yeah.
So
Totally agree.
by giving them the words and then putting up, as we always do, the wee explanation.
Yeah, I think
Of
it's
the
easy. I'm
relevance,
going to make it as easy, and I
Yeah,
think we all agree
absolutely.
with this, aren't we? That we're going to make it as easy as possible
Yeah.
for people to look at the. It really is just a little amount of the investigation, the whole process. We're going to make it easy as possible for them to
Yeah.
watch it. We're not going to, for example, we're not going to put up 6 hours worth of a full session sitting
Yeah.
doing it. People
And
are
just
not
expect
interested.
people to listen to it.
They
and pick
won't
out
do
their
it. They
own
won't.
stuff.
They won't listen. It's a waste of time. People like it short, sharp, and to the point. That's just one of the camcorders going off. Anybody's wondering.
The
but that
one
one's
that's
still
plugged in.
the one that's supposed to be plugged in. Yeah.
Kyle's probably knocked out and not pushed back in. But
Right.
We're okay now.
Let's go. You want to do the app?
you use it.
Right. Okay. So this is the Scottish Paranormal app, but we've been getting great results with. Jonathan actually built this for the team.
I want to say we've spoke about it. We were speaking about it last night. We've got an idea for something similar to this. It doesn't involve sounds as such. It does involve sounds, but not
Yeah.
word sounds. But that's for a later
We'll be
day.
working on that and bringing that to you.
Okay, do we have any spirit that wants to step forward and talk to us?
I do.
Perfect.
Peace. So again, this is it. You know,
We need some words on the screen.
yep.
Do we have a name? Can you give us a name so we know who we're communicating with?
Actually, one.
I'm getting a headache.
How about one of our haunted items come forward? Or one of the spirits attached to our haunted items, please come forward.
I think that was a full sentence.
It was, that needs slowed down.
Okay, headache's coming in, someone's coming in.
I've got a headache coming up. New spirit. It just said new and then spirit.
Female?
I have pedo in there.
Yeah, it's pedo, that would make
We
sense.
get pedo all the time with Jacob.
Jacob's here.
Jacob, are you here? That was quite freaky, wasn't it?
Ali boy beats.
Okay, is this Jacob?
Get help, was that, or something like that? Okay.
Okay, who am I talking to, please? Can we just have one spirit come forward at the moment?
Maybe they see us though.
Yeah, possibly.
Can you see us?
My gosh.
Whereabouts in the room are you?
Said something there.
Yeah, could have been back.
Could be back.
Anyone feeling a temperature drop here?
Yes, Brendan Knies.
I'm getting a really bad around my knees now. My
So
feet.
just for the podcast and the live stream, we think we definitely have something here with us just now. We're feeling a cold draft.
Bye.
And we're going back to that being affected again.
Okay, Jacob, is this you?
I think it said Jacob.
Yeah, so that's Jay definitely.
Yeah, definitely
Okay,
Jay.
thanks, Jacob. Are you okay? We did promise we will help you. Yeah. It will take time, though. You have to be patient and understand.
Cover.
That was recovered, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Would you hold that just for a second?
We do understand we need to help you recover, Jacob, from what happened to you. Are you able?
That was a
Whistle.
whistle.
Whistle. Did you hear that there? There's no whistles in there.
Are you able to give us any indication about how we might be able to help you, please?
Jacob, would you like to come to Jedburgh jail with us on Saturday?
Would any of the other items like to come with us on Saturday? Nanny.
Nanny.
Or is it Nana? Do you mean Nana?
Does that get her out of here?
Maybe. Again, we'll listen back. Anthony's there again.
Okay, who are we talking to? Because I'm hearing loads of things coming through. Four.
Four again. Are you telling us there are four spirits here?
Just since you like put a camcorder off.
Okay, so there's four of us. Three. Is there a Mark with us?
I said two.
Eh?
Tim.
4. Keeps on saying 4.
Are
Paddy's there as well.
you telling us there's four people here?
I just said Paddy. Again.
Give us a message, please. We're listening.
There is stuff in here.
Podcast has turned into a live session.
Podcast turned into a live audio session because we're getting some really good. Paddy again. We're getting some really good captures coming through. I think that was 3.
Do we have a spirit team of Start that again. I can't see it.
Do we have a spirit team that follows us?
Yeah. Forming around us.
I know.
That was very I know.
I know.
Yeah.
It might be. Repeat.
Do you want me to repeat the question? Do we have a spirit team forming around us?
4. What's the significance of 4?
Could be. That's 4 being here. It might just be a validation thing.
Okay, we're going to have to close this session down very, very soon. It will run for another minute.
Should we do another session with some of the items?
Chris.
Would you like us to do another workshop with you?
There's a few interesting things there.
I think there's still a lot coming through it now.
Yeah.
Timmy, 100%.
Just trying to get in there. Tim, do you have a message for us?
Prisoners listen. Was it listen?
Could be listening or prison. It sounded like listening as well.
Okay, Tim, I've just recently moved you. I just moved you yesterday. Are you happy where you are now? I know. Sounds like a wee boy as well.
That was a good little
That's
session.
quite a good session. So, just for the sake of listeners and watchers, basically that's the Scottish Paranormal app that we use. We've spoke about it, there's lots of videos out speaking to Jonathan about the files. There's about 8,000 snippet of files, 150 milliseconds, up to about 350 milliseconds reversed. That's the important part. Reversed before it's even snipped. On analysis or when we're using it, we never reverse things back the other way because we know if we've done that we get false positives. So we don't do that. And we've had sentences, we've had phrases, we've had single words, and I think just there now we got quite a lot of validation to the items,
we
the
have
wanted
specific items that we own in the collection. We had the names associated with them coming through.
So I mean, it's coherence.
Even you know, anyone that doesn't believe us about what's in there and says it's embedded words, you know, explain how these embedded words so happen to be.
At the end of the day, and like you're saying there, and I've done this deliberately. If you go to Haunted Scotland, if people want the link, I'll give them the link.
Yep.
I've got a link to a secret page. It's not really secret because I share it on description box in a YouTube video for Voxbox, for Mark Coates' Voxbox. He was kind enough to snip up the audio and put it up on a website. It's 4 zip files.
Yep.
I challenge any skeptic or cynic to take those audio banks and find words inside them. And I'll tell you what, I'll give you another challenge. If you can make full phrases out of those,
full sentences,
take them.
answers.
I'll give you a week to do it because I don't think you'll be able to. And I don't mean reversing it back and trying to put the words back together. I mean using them as they are, as snippet files, and try and make words out of it. I don't just mean like the word I or something like that. I mean, obviously that doesn't make any sense. But anyway, they're there for the whole point is that we're open and transparent.
Yeah.
They're there. People can also use them for their own stuff, and people have. Just recently, someone on YouTube thanked us for sharing the files, and they're using it in Voxbox, Mark's Voxbox, which is a brilliant tool. Mark was way ahead of the game when he decided to let people put their own audio in.
I just, on that point, I just prefer when, instead of being you can be a skeptic. I mean, there's things in this community and devices that I don't like, I won't just say it doesn't work, I'll just say it's not for me.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Not something that I want to use.
There was a few there that I don't feel attached to, and there's some sounds I don't like the way that they play out. Nothing against the people who've created them. They've created them. People are getting results, but it's not for me.
Yeah.
But maybe there's for other people that won't like the Scottish Paranormal app, or
Exactly, yep.
or the SB Mini app, or the Voxbox by Mark Coolidge.
How somebody can just look at something, you know, just put a 30-second video on and say it's fake. How?
Exactly.
Without researching.
Without testing and
Now,
researching and analysis.
Even if it's what would you call it? It could be something natural, but that person might not know that.
Mm.
You see where I'm going with this?
Yeah.
So you can't just put something on and say that's fake, because you don't know. You don't know anything about the person that's done that investigation. You don't know anything about what they've potentially used. Do your research before you shout out fake. If you can prove it's fake, fair enough. But it's not fake without investigating.
It happens a lot. It happens a lot in the community, and sometimes it's just general members of the public as well. Maybe trolls or things on YouTube. They'll come, they'll see a video, they'll say fake, and sometimes I've engaged back and I'll say, "Well, tell me what's fake."
Yeah.
What do you, and they don't come back and they don't say anything. And I think we had a prime example. And I'm going to actually speak about it. Prime example inside the Scottish Paranormal group. I think it was yesterday, where somebody comes, they share a video, not saying whether it was paranormal or whether it's natural, because there is a bit of a debate and a lot of analysis would have to be done.
They very openly asked for opinions.
It's opinions. They didn't say this is a spirit, and you know, they asked for opinions. The video's not there. It's been taken down because they've got a lot of messages, and obviously it's quite a lot for somebody. But I seen two people, and the comments were deleted. I seen two people. One of them come in and used bad language as well and shouted fake, and another one, a so-called researcher who had been preaching the day before on a topic about how advanced he was on research, come in immediately and asked a question that had been answered about 5 times above, and said fake at the back of it without even getting the answer to that one he was asking there and then. And to me, that is not proper research or analysis. You can't do that.
That's the problem. We know people in this community that don't like apps. I'm not going to mention the person's name. He'll go with it because he trusts us and he believes in what we do, but he'll never discount what we do.
Yeah.
And that's, to me, that shows more respect than
Absolutely.
anything. You know,
Absolutely.
if it's not for you, it's not for you. But do not come in and just say
You can't say fake. And I challenge that. I've got a friend, and I'm not going to mention his name either. I've got a friend inside the community, and I really like the guy, and you'll know who he is. But he was the same when I was using EchoVox at the time. It wasn't these ones. He had said to me, they don't work. And I was like, oh, that's interesting because I'm getting results.
Yeah.
Did it not work for you? Have you used it? No. I said, you've not used it? No, I've not used it.
How can you say something
I said,
doesn't
you can't
work
say it doesn't work
if you've never used it?
I said, that is ludicrous behaviour.
Yeah.
At least use it, and use it several times.
I mean, that would be like looking at a car and saying that doesn't drive.
Yeah.
Because
have
you've never driven it.
Have you driven it? No, I don't need to drive it. I know it doesn't drive.
Yeah. No, it won't drive, but once you get onto it and actually use it, you might find it does drive and it does work.
Problem is that these people are, you know what?
There's nothing you can do about it.
I don't even argue with them anymore.
Nothing you can do about it.
I don't even get involved in it anymore because they're so. I don't want to use the word narrow-minded because that's not fair, and I'm not that disrespectful. But you're just not going to win with these
what I would
people.
say. You know, if they're not willing to believe,
If they're not willing to believe, they should.
it works.
If they're not willing to believe that these apps and boxes and that work, that's fair enough. They can go away and do research in the area that they do enjoy. Maybe they enjoy video, maybe they enjoy photography, maybe they enjoy just going into a location, maybe data, DVR cameras or whatever. But you can't discount, if people are getting results, they're putting up their working hypothesis, which I've done.
Yeah.
It's all up there on the website, how things work, how it possibly can work, looking into the research that's already there, the data that's already there. That's all there. You can't be lazy. You've got to go and look at everything before you make your mind up. But if you don't want to, you can't discount.
This is also where there's great possibilities of people working together.
Yeah.
You know, maybe we are more focused on the audio, the ITC. There might be somebody else that doesn't really believe in ITC, but they're really, really good on the visual side.
Exactly.
You know, if we both approach it together with an open mind, think of what we could produce.
It would, and that's working
No,
together. This
yeah.
is the real para-unity. Not para-unity used just to attack other teams, or
Yeah.
you're para-unity and you're not. That's false. I'm talking about real para-unity where you say, right, okay, we've got a piece of the jigsaw here,
Yeah.
but you've got another piece of the jigsaw,
Yeah.
and you've got a piece of it. Let's get together and see what we can do here
Yeah.
with it, because we're all trying to progress in the same topic. Not just throwing around unity
Yeah.
when you want to attack another team or an organisation or a TV programme or anything like that. That's drama. That's not unity.
It's not a competition.
It's not a competition. We're all striving to try and find the truth.
We're all trying to achieve the
You
same
know?
thing at the end of the day, and that's where it goes wrong. I don't even want to go into it.
Yeah,
to be honest.
we'll leave it at that. I mean, and we'll talk about. We'll have a discussion
Yeah,
about the
yeah,
whole thing in the
come
future.
back to that probably
We'll
another
never ever do
podcast.
it in a drama wise though.
No.
We'll do it in a, because I put out a video about drama before,
Yeah.
not to attack anybody, but just to say, look, guys, stop this ludicrous. Whether it be within the art field, or whether it be within the live streaming field, or whether it be audio ITC, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, just refocus.
Just
do what you want
refocus,
to do.
and if you use that energy that you use for drama to put into your research, you will be so respected, and you'll be able to progress for your own personal growth as well. So that's the thing for them to understand.
That's all we care about, is our own research and getting the answers
Yeah.
and the results at the end of the day.
So
Yeah, there's stuff you have to keep an eye on, but we just do what we do.
yeah, absolutely. Okay, are we happy to finish it off on that
Yeah,
one
that's
for the
been
next
for
one?
an hour,
I think
so
that's
I
fine,
think
yeah.
that's been a good night. So
I've quite enjoyed
Interesting
that.
discussion, and
Yeah.
yeah,
some good catches there as well, I would say.
Yeah. So if anybody's got any comments, whether it be within the subscriber group, whether it be on the main group when this goes out, or on YouTube, please leave it below. If you've got any questions, if you've got any suggestions, if there's something that they've touched on that you want to hear more of, please just leave that, and we will read everything and we will progress. So yeah, thank you guys, and
Thank you
we'll
very
just wrap up
much.
there, and we shall speak to you all later.
See you soon.
thank you,
guys.
bye.